The dream of winning 5 MTN8s in a row is still continuous because we won our first game against Durban City, and I can tell you this game wasn't really nice. It's one of those games where it was really down. Nothing was happening in the game. We're failing to create chances, but we managed to find a win. And I can just say one thing about Coach Ouaddou. Coach Ouaddou has something in these players that I can't even explain to you, because when I'm looking at the way they are playing and the result, it's actually something that doesn't come up, especially if you're an Orlando Pirates supporter, because we've been in this situation where we'll see Orlando Pirates play very well because the crowd and everything else is moving and the team is willing to play the ball, and then we win games. And then we've seen Orlando Pirates struggle in games where we're supposed to have energy, but because there is no energy in the game, we're struggling to win some of those games. But with Coach Ouaddou, it's not happening this way, because Coach Ouaddou got a 2-1 win over Durban City in the extra time, and Kampan Lungu scored the goal that decided the match. And remember, in my video when I was talking about Orlando Pirates is in the verge of breaking the history, just making sure that they're winning this trophy 5 times in a row. And I think it's a great thing. We are on a good start because now we're in the semi-final of the competition, and we are going to be waiting for our opponent, which is going to be a 2-legged semi-final before we go to the final. So I think it means a lot for Orlando Pirates to actually win this one, because it's going to set up the momentum for the league, the momentum for the season as well, to say we already won the cup. And on our side as well, it will set up the momentum of like, we defended our first trophy. That means there's 2 more that we need to go out there and defend. But other than that, if you go to the game, there was only one change, because in the game, Hoto didn't play, and in the space of Hoto, there was Ndaba. Anything else in the game remains the same, because we still had a midfield, which I didn't like before the game started. But when the game was playing, because Durban City wasn't doing a lot, it gave Mbata confidence to actually be the guy that collects the ball and allow Dancing to be more of a number 8 playing a box to box. But I can tell you one thing, Mbata was doing that job today great, because Durban City was not in the plans of actually going and attack. They were looking to frustrate Orlando Pirates as much as they can and then get goals if they actually get a chance to do so. But then in that game, they were like, let's not lose the game. Let's just frustrate them until we go to the penalties. We scored first, courtesy of the penalties. Tito Maswanganyi scored the penalty in the first half. And then it was towards the end of the first half. And then second half, they came back and equalized, which I was not really happy about that. And what I've noticed in that equalized, they took Siema and put him on the left-hand side where Sibis was playing. And then Zulu came in and played where Siema was playing. I don't think it's worked very well until the players decided to swap. And then Zulu played where Siema was playing, Sibisi was playing, and then Siema went back to his original position, and then the defense was fine as well. So I think we figured out something, that you cannot change Siema from his position if you want him to do his job, because he's been used to doing that job. And I know maybe your argument could be like, but this guy has been playing a lot in the Premier League, so he probably have an experience now to play on the other side. I'm not denying that. I'm just saying I've seen it today. I was live in the stadium watching the thing happening. He's not really looking comfortable playing on the left-hand side. Credit to Mbata today, the way he played the game, the way he was willing to go to actually come deep and collect the ball and actually move forward. I know Danson was trying to look for those runners that are going behind the fullbacks, but it didn't work out well, because Tito, what I've noticed with Tito, that's why I really don't like Tito that much in the 10 position, especially if Pirates is not moving the ball the way they want to, because he's the guy that's not going to give you like something if you are not having the ball to move the ball into channels and onto spaces that you need to attack. He's not the guy that is going to help you do this, because he's gonna be moving on the left hand side, moving on the right hand side, and then the middle of the park is going to be occupied by the 2 number 6s and number 8s that will be moving from the deep coming to this space. I think the problem with that, when it's come to my opinion, is when Rila was playing number 10 position, he wasn't really moving a lot around into sides as well. He was staying in that middle of the park where he was able to actually keep those passes that are really, really dangerous, finding those runs that are running behind the defense so that Palace can score goals. But now, there is one thing that I've noticed today. It was second match for the season, or as we're playing as a team, but we're going to see, like, as the game comes, that I think they need to try a policy in the 10 position. He really liked to play there. I understand the facts that the coach wants Morimi to be on the left-hand side and Apolis on the right-hand side. But I think let's play Apolis on the left-hand side and Morimi on the right-hand side, because I think we're going to get more out of Apolis if he's playing on the left-hand side, because if we do the hybrid thing, he's going to add the numbers to be the number 10 position. But because Tito always move around in that 10 position, he's going to leave a space for Apolis to actually operate. But now, because he's playing on the right-hand side, he tried to come in, but actually doesn't work, because sometimes they actually crash into each other with Tito, because Tito is trying to move on the side, Apolis is trying to move inside with the ball, so they actually don't have that cohesion right now and the experience of like, okay, we are going to move the ball like this. So I think at this moment in time, they need to make sure that they work in this type of movement, or maybe just put Police on the left-hand side where he's going to able to play more like a wing and a hybrid number 10, where he's going to come in and actually add the numbers. As soon as, like, I'm thinking that I know that Tito always move on the side, but we need someone that is going to be there. And I know that Masilela came in the second half, tried to play in that role, but because Durban City wasn't really looking now to actually go and get the goal, they were trying to frustrate Pirates as much as they can until they go to the penalty, which it didn't work out for them. And it's always weird for me as a fan. I know maybe as a coach you will tell your players that, guys, let's hold on until it's penalties, and in penalties anything can happen. But I feel like when you're doing that type of play where you were looking for penalties and penalties don't happen because the other team actually decided to score a goal, I think it's like a betrayal to the players of like, maybe if you try to get something out of the game, you are going to win the game. Because think about the fact that you are sitting back because you are saying now you can defend as much as you can to able to go to the penalties, and then this guy is scoring a goal to actually decide the game with no minutes left, and then you are losing the game. But if you went out there trying to win the game, maybe it was going to work out for you, because there's nothing that you're going to lose if you're trying something to win than other than sitting back trying to defend and then end up losing. Like, which is one is the worst? But I think the worst one is like trying to go for the penalties and then end up losing the game. That's the bad thing that can happen to you. So I think Orlando Pirates played very well, especially in the second half, trying to go for the win, trying to push forward, even though I hate their phase, because that phase comes with a lot of bad decision making, because everyone now is trying to cut the defense unprepared, trying to be the hero, trying to get chances as much as they can. So I didn't like that. But I can tell you one thing. Hotzitsile is going to be a problem in this league. He's not there yet. The quality in the decision making, it's not something that is clicking for him right now. But I'm seeing him and I'm like, the talent out of this boy and the way he's willing to go forward and get something for Orlando Pirates is going to work out. As soon as the season continues and then he's getting more time and understanding how actually the team is playing. And I think it's going to help him to actually have the team kicking up and saying that now we got our form for this season, we are ready to go. And I think comparing to last season's Ouaddou in the 2 games, he lost the first 2 games and then he was looking forward to actually try to win something out of the rest of the game. He ended up winning the league. But now he played the first 2 games, won them, even though the playing football was really ugly. And I think it's the good thing compared to Ouaddou, because even if they don't play the nice football, but they will end up getting the win, because this is what champions do. Sometimes the champion, you need to just get the results. Forget about the playing style. Forget about the nice and entertainment of the fans. Just get the result, because at the end of the day, the results will matter the most for you and also for the fans. As much as the fans, they like to see some nice football, but at the end of the day, if they see some nice football and the team doesn't win, it's a problem for them, because they can't even go out there and defend themselves and say, but we were playing nice. But if you're a loser, you are a loser. So now we are in the stage of the semi-final, which is waiting for whoever is going to qualify. And then we play the 2-legged semi-final. And I'm thinking at this stage, this is where we actually take the control of the competition going to the final. Because if whoever is going to meet in the semi-final allow us to go into the final, I will just definitely say to you that the first trophy that we won last season, we finally defended it, and we wrote the new history in the books of the PSL and the Cup itself, that we're going to be winning this for the 5th time in a row. And if you've been watching this video up until this far, thank you so much. Tell me, what do you think about the game? Do you think we are still on the right track to come up with something that will be more exciting for the fans going forward? How are you feeling about the win today as we're going into the semi-final of the MTN8? And do you think the starting 11 that we always been having since the start of the season, which is 2 games, and the striking force of Mputsuma without seeing Mahopa in the game and using more Radiopana than Mahopa. What do you think? Make sure that all the thoughts that you have, you put down in the comment below. My name is Popkiss. Thank you so much for watching this video up until this far. If you haven't been subscribed in the channel, please subscribe so that you don't miss more news about Orlando Pirates, because here we're all about up the Bucks once, always. And I'll see you on the next one.